And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Wild Arms 4, the 4th Ignition. I'm your host, the RPG Guy, and let's keep on trucking! As we have come really far, we're pretty much into the last areas here of the game. For better and definitely for worse. Let's keep moving. Get the Exodus Orb. Pretty much allows us to exit, I believe, any dungeon. So if you really need to escape this place because just everything is murdering your face, this is, of course, the time to do it.
Let me help. Let's see now. You're mine. Here I go.
Get a yellow card for our trouble. Not that we really need those anymore. And we'll keep on moving.
Get ready.
You know what? We don't want to move. I don't think this will take us back the way we came. So let's not do that. Let's not go that way. We don't need to. Really, we're just trying to get through the rest of here.
That's the limit.
Oh shit. Got a little too eccentric there with my jumping.
Jump. One more.
Oh crap. Anything I could do to make this process take longer, I'm willing to do it.
Go. Oh, that hurt. Accelerate. Go.
Excuse me. More battery. He landed on that trap.
Time to cut loose.
And you can see we actually now have all the skills that Numbnuts had. But none of his skills are really better than what we have, so
Full bore.
yeah.
Here I go.
Thanks, bro. We don't need a bad omen right now. Save since we got the Exodus Orb. Let's head this way, shall we?
One more. For it.
Hold on one sec. Well, darn. Never get a break, do we? Ooh, this is one of those bad fights. Let's, he's a rare enemy. We don't have the means to kill him, so And yeah, 120k. We would have lost if we didn't have the rabbit thing going for us. Trust me, yeah. You don't want to deal with that.
Jump.
Let me think here. No, this makes us go deeper. I feel like I'm missing something. Hold on.
Accelerator.
I feel like I'm missing some chests. You know, we don't need these chests too, so there is an element where I could just be like, fuck it. You know what? I think we should just say fuck it. Let's skedaddle. Yeah, let's just move on. I know I'm missing something because
Accelerator.
let's see.
Go. Jump.
Okay, yeah. I'm sitting here going, I know I'm missing something. Alright.
Okay.
Ah, crap. Screwed that up.
Mist cloak. Okay.
Try again.
Jump. Jump.
Gotta reset the area. Again, this stuff is not necessary, but I just want to do it for posterity. So that way you guys know that I grabbed every chest that's accessible through the main storyline. We're not going to be 100%ing the game as far as doing the bonus bosses and grabbing all the other chests, but at least you can see every chest that's viable to find prior to beating the game. That doesn't require you to overly backtrack, so to speak.
Mist cloak.
Went too far.
This time for sure. All right. I'll hide in the mist. See ya.
I believe we just kind of opened up a shortcut. We get Silver Moon.
What more?
I'll hit up the save point. Just now that we've gotten everything that there is really to get.
I feel like I can do anything.
Oh. God, I miss those Lunar games. I gotta play those again soon. It's been a long time since I played them. Mainly because most of my free time is spent doing Let's Plays for you guys and the live stream stuff. So I haven't really gotten to just play stuff for fun with my free time. I'm recording ahead of time now in a big way. So with that said, I will have some free time maybe for a couple weeks coming up. just to play something I wants to play, you know. Oh boy, one of these.
That's the best I can do.
Oh shit.
I'll get it right this time. Full speed.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This is just a total time waster. It's difficult for the sake of being difficult. You just kind of got to hope for the best at the end of it there. The world is soon to be torn apart, but allow me to welcome you. What are you scheming, Lambda? How can any of this be for the sake of the world's future? Brr. The guy is far too harsh, and his people far too weak to ever build a future. If they are to build a future for this world, people must first evolve and become stronger. That is why I have activated the divine weapon and triggered a catastrophe of global proportions. You're not making any sense. Actually, I think I know what he's talking about, but you're not going to like it. What do you mean? These guys were researching artificial evolution at the orphanage where Yuli was. Huh? Artificially induced evolution that circumvents the natural process. Putting the world through a devastating crisis is a new method of actualizing evolution. It's not necessarily a new way of triggering evolution, it's an attempt to return to original theory and put it into practice, right? Yes, the theory of natural selection. The wild arm that's devouring humans and everything else, in effect, creates a harsh environment to live in. The old and the weak will die off, but those who survive will surely evolve into a stronger, more perfect species. Evolution is a theme that's in a couple of the other Wild Arms games as well. Surely, what happens if they don't? Species that are unable to evolve and adapt to their environment simply die out. That's right. While there are examples of species dying out due to natural selection, few cases of true evolution exist. What possible reason could make the desire to evolve so strong that you'd be willing to use such uncertain methods? The reason why to overcome weakness, of course. The human species has a weakness which makes it impossible to prevent wars. The same weakness makes them unable to accept the conclusion of wars. It is a defective species where people can't even manage the society in which they live in. Is he crying even though he's an adult? That fucking concept is just grating at this point. If humans are to reach the future, they must become strong. They must evolve to become stronger. I have the ability to get a glimpse of the future with these eyes. I've learned the terrible truth that the future is closed off to this species. To protect the future for the people of this world, I will bear any shame and any condemnation. This is where the story just starts to lose itself in its, you know, uppity own bullshit. It's...
You're willing to sacrifice so many lives? How can you hurt people and still live with yourself?
It's inevitable that humans, by virtue of being alive, will hurt others. This is a karmic burden we cannot escape. This is why humans must evolve and grow more powerful and resilient.
No, you're wrong. When you know enough to realize that you're hurting others, then all you need to do is just care enough to stop. Evolution isn't just about power.
You gotta try to convince him of that, so let's shut him out so he can't move.
Time to close the borders.
Not making him harmless, because he's gonna hit us, and he's gonna hit us pretty hard.
My powers today.
Let's quicken the node we're in. Thought about healing, but I don't think we're gonna need it right away. Mystic, a lucky card. This is the last time we're going to be doing this, having to worry about it. And then we can slow him down.
You cannot inherit the world without strength.
Somehow we survived that.
I want to help everyone.
High heal. Then let's go ahead and usual suspects here. Let's. He's already slowed, so we'll fragile him. Let's move Jude there. Move Raquel roughly there. Get to attack Wanda. Bam! Tough acting to acting. Well, that makes this kind of simple, doesn't it? Kinda. We can kill him with Jude or with Arnaud, and we may as well let Arnaud do it if he really can do it. Because he'll have a hard time. Just, it'll give him a boost in HP, which he needs, really.
Will this change the future I've seen?
Blinded by your tears, you could only see a future full of sorrow. Come on, you're part of the human race, right? I know that you can change the future if you believe in yourself, your companions, and the people of this world. There's no limit to what we can accomplish together, yet you... We're going now. We've got to keep moving forward.
Another underwhelming Brianac fight, huh? I know. For anybody wondering, too, we just grinded 5 levels pretty much before coming and doing the kind of the later elements of the game here. So, strangely enough, Jude and Arnaud did not level. Damn. Why don't you go ahead and finish me off? You can avenge your mother that way. When we escaped from the battleship, I swore I'd get revenge, but that's not why I'm here now. I didn't fight you to avenge Mom, I fought you to stop the divine weapon. Adults are like insurmountable obstacles to children. You never know when I might stand in your way again. I'll deal with that when the time comes. I'll show you I can overcome you again. Man. Well, that's unique. I have entrusted the future to these children of Hawkeye. Will not let their journey end here. It's pretty weak, guys, I know. The divine weapon is straight ahead, through there. Go now and change the future. No, create your own future by your own hands. It's a nice suggestion. And that... Oh, okay, so there you go. Purified the save point. Let's go ahead and really quickly, before we do anything, Raquel's got the rabbit badge. She doesn't need to have that on her. Again, protecting from fatal attacks seems to be, in most situations as you approach endgame, a good idea. Says that once they pass this point, they won't be able to turn back. Save or progress, because saving is your friend. God, the fact they didn't level is kind of lame, isn't it? Actually, back off a bit to prepare. Yeah, it should be fine. Oh, we already saved. Plunge into the center of chaos. Do. Oh, we thought she got the big boom daddy. Armel, your eyes. Yes, I had a little trouble getting here as a result. Not much better off myself. I no longer have even the strength to stand. Lambda, your intentions from the very start was to lose to those children, wasn't it? To set loose the divine weapon and make them the one last shining hope for mankind in a world on the eve of destruction. No, not at all. I fought with all my might and lost. That's why I changed my plan. I just helped them out a little so that they might stop the divine weapon. Really? I was certain there was no way they could get past you if you fought in earnest. Those children had already surpassed me. The boy told me that despite striking at me, it wasn't to avenge his mother. His eyes were strong and true, without a trace of doubt. I decided to believe in the strength of human beings once more. I decided I would entrust Felgaia to the future that I saw in their eyes. Yes, the strength of their trust in one another was undeniable. That's what made me decide to help them out. In return, I even got a lecture on the importance of believing in your comrades, something we'd forgotten about long ago. It's embarrassing to admit, but that's the reason why they were able to defeat Brianak, isn't it? Now, I know what Gon meant when he said you always try to rush the results. I wasn't able to believe in people the way those children do. I had thought mankind to be a pitiful species that would march towards its own destruction if left unchecked. I didn't believe that people had the strength to direct the world, the future, down a positive path. For the future I saw was filled with utter darkness of human weakness, ugliness, and cruelty. Did your ability let you see the future that lies ahead of those children? My glimpses of the future are distorted by my tears. The future I truly wanted is one I cannot create myself. The only ones able to build Felgaia's future are Felgaia's children. That's too bad. I wanted to see the future you would create. In that case, will you come with me, Formel? If you support this body that can no longer move, of course, and if you will be my eyes to gaze upon the world of which we had. And the game's just gonna kill him off anyway. Or at least let you think that, right? Or did it? I'm a tumor. Let's keep moving. Because now it's time for the big ass whooping. Pretty sure there's nothing we can really, at this point, do to better prepare our situation. So let's just head into the unknown. Or as many would call it, as many JRPGs have, the gauntlet of boss fights back to back to back that are not worth any XP. Which, if they should have made it worth XP, in my opinion, but get some!
Look out!
Bonk.
Yuli! It's all right. This will allow me to affect the divine weapon directly. Intense feelings of negativity, such as the malice of dead souls, made it a wild arm. I don't think I'll be able to control it properly. Our only choice is to shut it down.
I'm afraid that I can't let you stop the divine weapon, Paladin.
Hauser?
Goodbye. A single sheep isn't enough. You won't last long.
Hold them off! Gallic gun versus Kamehameha yet again.
He countered and canceled the attack?
The kid really did it! And not a moment too soon!
That arm, it's...
You stopped me with a prototype arm? One that's lacking full power?
I promised that we'd protect Yuli together! And besides, Kresnik's conviction is real! There's nothing lacking about it! Kresnik... Why? Why are we doing this?
I'm sorry, Ethelda. I've got to go.
The accident at Veclaroom. It's in enemy territory. So why must you go? Is it because they call you a hero? If so, I'm
It's 'cause I lost a
responsible
bet.
for this curse which made you a hero. I'm going with you.
No, you can't. It's too dangerous. And you know it as well. The heat and the toxins from the reactor will poison and devour everything in sight. Left unchecked, it's a threat to us all. The air we breathe, the land we live on, our entire world will be poisoned. I can't let that happen. But I also can't take you. I can't take the two of you with me.
Hauser!
I became an arm driver to rid this world of war and to provide a future for the coming generations. That's why I must go and shut down the reactor in Veclaroom. It's for the sake of the coming generations.
As a woman, can't I dissuade you from facing certain death?
Men are able to face danger only because their women are protecting the hearth and homes to which they'll return to one day. Besides, there's no need to worry. The arm I'm equipped with was originally created to repair the environment. I'll use the arm to shield myself and purify the heat and toxins. And even if it should break, all I have to do is regenerate.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can, and will do it. And I'll come home to you. So that's why I need you to stay here. You're going to be a mother soon. Surely you can understand. The children of the future deserve a peaceful world, free of war and destruction.
Wah!
Why is he... But that's my...
Daddy, would you like some
They
sausage?
betrayed me. I wanted peace. I wanted to put an end to war. For that, I chose to sacrifice my life. Yet why does war still persist? It is because humans desire it. If it's human nature to make war, then I'll just have to eliminate all of humanity. Eternal peace has no need for humans.
What a dick. So,
By believing that humans were unnecessary. Look what that's done to you! What happened to the kind-hearted Hauser I knew?
Kindness changes nothing.
Well, power failed to change anything, didn't it? Besides, you can't call a world without people a peaceful world.
What do you know? You've never experienced war.
Why can't you adults believe in peace and do what you know is right? It's just plain stupid.
Now I'm really
Okay,
ready
so
to
first
roll.
thing we want to do is shut out. We want to quicken this node. We definitely want to get Jude out of that
I'll stir things
spot.
up.
Your life is forfeit.
Even I have things I want to
And
protect.
we want to hit him with slowdown. Let's move Raquel as well.
I'll put a stop to you.
And that's fine. That's to be expected. Again, there's not really much reason to mystic anything, so we're not going to do that. Let's let me see here. It's either that or Assault Buster. Oh yeah. Let's just make this quick, fast, and in a hurry. Though we're gonna have to deal with those things. Those things. For what it's worth.
Time to cut loose.
Iron Divide. That'll kill the one that's there. Oh no, not quite.
Come on!
But the pain in my past is my power today.
Good enough for me.
Let's finish this before I get hurt again.
Alright, Jude, finish it. Boom shakalaka.
I already carry the curse of a hero. For the sake of true peace, for the sake of freedom from these days of fighting, I will not back down so easily.
I've seen inside your heart, and it's not that I don't understand what you're trying to do.
You just suck at what you're doing.
But I know without a doubt that what you're doing is wrong. You will only bring about more anguish, so that others will suffer like you did. Just because you rationalized good and evil in the past, it doesn't mean you have to continue doing so in the future. We'll never attain the peace you're seeking if you use violence to fight violence.
You kind of put us in that starting position yet again. Shut out. Quicken. Move Jude out of that hex.
Let's see.
Low numbnuts down. Quicken.
Here goes nothing.
And here comes the pain train. Wait, what? What? We didn't even grind that much in this game, and I'm just devastating them all. But this is now going to get a little harder.
Is there no way we can stop him? Can't you hear our voices anymore? Hauser? If you can't stop yourself, then we'll be the ones to stop you. I'm sick of all this fighting.
And so am I. And I pray that none shall ever suffer from war again.
To live and weave together a future. This battlefield shall be the last place where blood is spilled to protect the future.
The children of this world still have so much left to accomplish. So we won't stand by and let you adults have your way unchallenged.
We've got to combine our powers. Individually, our powers are limited. But combined together, they become strong.
It's just filler.
Let's do it!
Yes, we must.
Let's go together into the future. Arc Impulse!
Back into the future! Now, you might be tempted right away to just start dishing out that, but don't. Don't get too crazy. Let's shut out the big in. Now, keep track of what node he's in, because that's really going to be a big deal. We don't want to be in the blue node for any reason. And it's not that it's an issue or anything, it's just something to consider. And let's see here, we want to do Silver Launcher. And we're getting the music from the from the opening cutscene, which does change as you progress through the game, but oh, that's gonna suck. Yeah, that's the one thing he's gonna start doing now is hit us really freaking hard. But what we need to do is get through this fucker.
Open fire!
Have her use a potion berry. I have reasons. Let's put up protect. He can do shit. Accelerator, yeah. Woo! Wise fruit.
I want to protect the lives of those in the future to come. Time for a
And we're
comeback.
gonna high heal probably here. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just do that.
Let's finish this before I get hurt again.
A little fragile. We'll want to put extension on.
My turn.
Let them kind of make their move. And then from here, let's use protect. So we don't just get devastated by that asshole again. And then again, hit him with that.
Even iron is no match for my flashing blade.
Cool and smart, that's my way.
No. It's easy to do that. Let's extend. Because we're not just going to get him from the one hit, I assure you. It's a little more complicated than that. As long as he doesn't wipe us, we'll be okay. We've got protect up and all these things to help us here. Let's do this.
I won't be afraid.
Hit him with that.
Not a bird.
Boom shakalaka.
If it means a life enslaved to power, I'll fight it with everything I've got.
No matter what, everyone's got the right to choose their own path.
Certain convictions are worth more than life.
Combining our powers and our hearts into one. With this final arc impulse, we'll strike Hauser with all our conviction.
Arc impulse.
If we put our hearts together,
That's right, the future's wide open.
we will break the chains of conflict.
Show them what that means!
One last time.
Spirit bomb? Spirit bomb's got a gun.
Cause you're with me.
I refuse to lose.
Get some. I know. Sometimes I make it look easy, but then again, it wasn't that hard to begin with. The aura of the divine weapon's energy has disappeared and it's turned white and brittle looking. It's so quiet. Is it finally over? Now that Hauser's gone, the sinister energy given off by the wild arm is also fading. The divine weapon should cease functioning now. The contaminated areas should die out soon, too. Yeah. Yeah. If the contaminated areas around us are dying, that means the structural integrity of this place is about to drop dramatically. That doesn't sound good. Let's get out of here, guys. Oh no. Really, guys?
Stop it! It's enough! You said you wanted to eliminate war from this world! Well, guess what? We both want the same thing! I know that everything you've done was to protect the world. And I'm grateful for it. Thank you. Thank you for fighting in the war. And creating a future for this world and the rest of us. And it's not only you. I want to thank everyone that's fought. For the sake of our future. Because of your sacrifices in the past, we have our lives today. And a tomorrow to look forward to. So, there's no need to wield your arm anymore, Hauser. You can put the anger inside your heart to rest. Thank you. Thank you for all that you've done. From now on, we, the children who inherited this world, which you fought so hard for, will be the ones to forge the future. And we promise to work hard, so that someday in the future, there'll be no more war. Don't you think that's the true meaning of evolution? So your sacrifice, it was all to provide us with the time. And the opportunity to do just this, wasn't it?
And thus he vanished like a fart in the wind.
Hey, what's the matter?
Never got to play ball with my daddy. He's got a little bit of lambda rubbing off on him here.
Is that the puppy from the river?
Oh my god. Ridiculous levels have reached maximum overdrive. But who doesn't like a cute puppy? He's a good boy.
Yeah. That's right. We can't just hang around here, can we? Hey, he probably knows a safe way out. Let's follow him. Come on, everyone. Let's head back. Back to our own world.
Thanks to the power of puppers, or rather puppy power, we can escape. So if the dog wasn't there, would they all just die? Because that would be really funny. Oh, you're gonna get my opinion of this as we get into the credit roll coming up in a little bit. We're not there yet, but I have some things to say. which may not be popular, but it is what it is. Few days after the battle, and a trip to McDonald's. They wanted kids' meals. Last time they're gonna get to enjoy it. Guys, thank you. With your help, I was able to fulfill Mom's wish and put a stop to the divine weapon once and for all. And we were able to create a resting place for Mom and the other villagers. And for everyone else, I was able to do things I couldn't have done by myself because you all were with me. In the end, all I did was let myself get dragged into one thing after another. But thanks to you, I think I've changed a little, and for the better, too. And it's not just Arnaud. Little by little, we've all changed since we first met. We didn't just spend time together. This must be. We went to all the trouble of protecting the world's future, so we'd better make good use of it now. That's pretty true. Alright, let's move. As we've come pretty darn. You gotta stop saying that. I can't help it but wanting to say that all the time. See, before we go, is there anything I've forgotten? Arnaud, are you and Raquel really leaving? Yeah, I finally found my purpose. I want to cure Raquel. Then why don't we go together? You're going to help develop this village, right? And Yuli says she's going to take care of the kids in the village. But I thought we'd always be together. Our paths may be different, but we share the same future. We'll cross paths again sometime, right? Yeah, you're right. Now that kind of tells you where that path storyline kind of ended. Yeah, that right there angered a arguable amount of people. I do believe I don't want to go that way, though. We'll get into some of this. The pros and the proverbial cons. Hey, there's the dog. Here's the puppy. Here's the puppy. Here's the puppy. Let's head this way. Don't do that when you're speedrunning. You'll lose a frame. Once we retrieve our belongings we left at the workshop, it'll be about time for us to go. You're leaving already? I don't really want a big send-off. Besides, the longer we wait, the harder it'll be to say goodbye, right? It's already hard enough to say goodbye. Sorry for being so selfish, Jude, but you understand, right? No, I don't think he does. But sure, why not? When did you realize we were leaving? I didn't realize anything at first until Yuli mentioned it. Well, it's just that Arnaud seems restless. I gave it away. Hey, you're supposed to be a master trickster, but you couldn't keep it hidden at all. I don't need to take that from you, kid. You'd never know. You'd never know if Yuli didn't say something. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. So anyway, that's the story. We're going on a journey to cure Raquel. Feel bad having Arnaud help me, but I intend to continue my search for the beautiful things left in Felgaia. My journey with all of you helped me to realize that it's a bit too early for me to be giving up on this world. Please take care, Raquel. Arnaud will be with me, so there's no need to worry. He's a lot more reliable than he looks. If you really feel that way, you could at least hold hands. Aw, what? You don't do that sort of thing in front of others. Well, anyway, that's how things are. And don't worry, there's plenty going on when you two aren't around. Well, we'll be taking off now. Take care, you two. If we find a cure, this will be the first place we come back to, so I want you to see us off with smiles today. I know you'll be back. It's a promise, okay? And you have to keep that promise no matter what. Get it? Got it? Remember, no matter what. It's a promise between the four of us. We'll all meet again in this village. Really, I hate that we're partying like this. There's all sorts of things I want to tell you. But I'll save those things for next time. I'll tell you about them when we all meet up again. I'll see you off today with a smile, so you two have to go with smiles too. They're gone. Yeah, no, let's get busy. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god, they're children! But we'll see them again soon, because we made a promise. Everyone's taking steps towards their own futures. I better not fall behind myself. You're gonna take care of the children in the village, right? Yes, At this time, I've been receiving help from others. From now on, I want to help people too. I know you can do it, Yuli. That sort of thing suits you. Thanks, Jude. When I hear you say that, it makes me feel really happy. So...
Isn't that... that melody?
Yes. It's the song. The one I used to listen to.
Someone must have forgotten it.
Then, what should we do?
Why don't you keep it, Yuli?
Huh?
Yeah. Hang on to it until someone comes back and claims it.
You're just trying to get out of being responsible for it.
What do you mean? You wouldn't want me to lose it, would you?
I think chasing Jude is counterintuitive, because he'll just accelerate and you'll never catch him.
Raquel.
Hey, Jude!
What?
What are you gonna do?
What do you mean?
In the future?
I'm gonna help develop this place.
No, I mean a little further down the line. Like when we're older.
I'm not really sure. It's hard to say. But one thing's for certain. I'll never let my doubts stop me from moving forward again. I'm going to face the future head on.
Yeah.
And not get mired in the past to become more than I am today. After all, I want to measure up to all those who came before us and make them proud. Think I can do it?
Shut up, Gohan. I'm a monster. And thus, 10 years later, I won't ruin the moment. Like I ruined so many moments. No, what am I saying? I always ruin the moment. But jokes aside, oh man, Wild Arms 4, definitely some things to talk about. I don't believe there's any talking here. They just kind of show the characters 10 years later. Jude Maverick became a Force Ranger working to protect what remains of Filgaia, a spacious wilderness after the flames of war subsided. He now lives in a cabin in the mountains near Hallam, surrounded by animals rather than people. Perhaps this is why he still retains his youthful innocence to this day. Aww, he bandaged up that bear. Yuli Atride became a school teacher in Hallam. The settlement had expanded, and she spends much of her time teaching its many children, although she still gets come on! You can pause it and read that yourself there. Because, let's not figure it out. Arnaud Jesus has married Raquel Applegate somewhere along their journey to find a cure for her illness. Soon after, they were blessed with the birth of a daughter. Later, they settled down in a town where they were passing through and opened a restaurant. He currently runs it with the help of his daughter. And so far, whatever. Raquel Applegate never did find a cure for her illness, but she did find something truly beautiful remaining in this world. She was filled with a sense of peace as she caressed her newborn daughter's hand. Her journey quietly came to an end. So she just fucking died. Get fucked. Raquel. Okay, anyway, that's our playthrough of Wild Arms 4, the 4th Ignition. As far as Wild Arms games go, and this is my personal feeling on this. This is not necessarily how everybody feels. There's a group or contingent of people that like this game. I think this game is crap. Compared to all the other Wild Arms games that have been made, this is a far cry from what Wild Arms as a series it was. This feels rushed. It feels, the story is crap. The characters are crap. The villains are crap. The Western setting, non-existent. The battle system's crap. I don't care if there's people who like it. It's too easy. Look at what I did. Look at how I beat every single boss with roughly the same strategy or some amalgamation of it. Okay, it's no. It's just not a good system. Unfortunately, this system carries into Wild Arms 5, but there are some improvements in 5 that needed to happen, where 4 was just, in my understanding, universally disliked by a majority of the hardcore fans. The story itself feels like a bad anime, like an unfinished anime. You know, at least this story's better than the Wild Arms anime, which I do actually have, but it's just, I don't know what happened, if the creators were forced down this direction when Xseed got involved as a publisher. I don't know, maybe they wanted to define themselves differently from Final Fantasy, the series. They wanted to make it not look the same. Wild Arms 3 was a masterpiece, as is Ultra Code F Wild Arms 1, and Wild Arms 2 is not a bad game. So, the four friends may not have been able to fulfill their promise to meet again, but even now, Felgaia's future continues onward. What a load of shit. And I'm not saying that because you have to have a happy ending, but I look back at Wild Arms 4 with more disgust than I do enjoyment. But like I said, it's not a well-made game. It's not a well-structured game. The story is, and I guess what makes it worse, not just those elements that I just mentioned are pretty lame, but what makes it worse in its own regard, or something that hurts this series more so than anything else, is that there was a lot of potential here story-wise. I'm just going to save right over that because I just don't give a crap. That's our complete clear data. So now you can go back and find all the mini bosses, all the specialty bosses, and find all the secrets and stuff, and you should now have the means and strength to do it. Again, I know I'm bashing this game. Is this still better than other RPG games out there? Yes, there are a handful of RPG games out there that are just so terrible that this totally is better. As a deep Wild Arms fan, I love these Wild Arms games a lot. They are the best RPGs to come out on PlayStation 2, specifically Wild Arms 3. I actually prefer Wild Arms 3 over Final Fantasy X and Dragon Quest VIII, so sue me. I really like Wild Arms 3. My thing with that is that I wish I had the insight into knowing what happened developmentally that led this game down this path, which the Wild Arms series never recovers after Wild Arms 4. There is a 5th one. I do have it. I will do it at some point soon, probably within the next year. But in that way, that'll be the kind of the crown of all the Wild Arms games, excluding the PSP one, which is a tactical RPG game. And I got too many tactical RPG games I got to get through that are better than that one. So, but for some reason, the series just, for me, it just went downhill. You know, this game is not better than most RPGs out there. It's definitely the weakest one in the series. Again, not having the Western theme. They changed the battle system and the game system in such a dramatic way that it actually made the game way too easy and way too simple. And I think that it hurt that, and they improve upon this system in Wild Arms 5, but it's still the same, you know, hex grid system. Hex node grid system, whatever you want to call it. And I think that is, you know, it hurt the franchise in a big way. And again, I don't think they ever really recovered from it. So, and thus the Wild Arms series dies, and we get 2 more installments, Wild Arms 5 and Wild Arms, the TRPG, tactical RPG game, strategy RPG game. And then it's done. That's it. And there's no more Wild Arms games. Though they did a mobile one in Japan, but not much came of that. So yeah, this game is clearly for me, and maybe because I'm a hardcore Wild Arms fan, I'm going to judge it a lot harsher than I would maybe normal other games, but I give this one a solid 3 out of 10. There are way better games to waste your time playing. There is. This, unless you're a die-hard Wild Arms fan, I give this one a hard skip. There, again, without grinding, we could beat the game in roughly 25 hours. So it's really short. In comparison to other installments, like I said, I don't really like this cast of characters all that much. And I didn't like the villains and how they use the villains, and the story overall was just not as good. The first time I ever played this, you know, I was back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s rather, when I was playing this game and I saw just the opening of this and saw the outfits of the characters. I'm like, okay, they're not as much of a Western feel. And then it would do this. It would cut to a demo mode. And I'm like, wait, what? What the shit is this? And then it kind of made me, like, question everything going on. All in all, is this a, you know, I know, like I said, I don't mean to bash Wild Arms 4, but it is the black sheep of the Wild Arms games. And I guess the biggest thing, the icing on the cake that makes me hate it the most, is that there was a lot of potential here. I like the idea of the Brainiac team. I like the idea of the council, you know, the High Council, and this idea. The ideas in it are okay, but they're not fleshed out enough. They're not delved deeply into. And like I said, it feels very rushed. And it rushed in not a good way. It could have been a lot better if they would have taken their time, dole out more dungeons, more enemies, more cool little things to explore and do, while expanding the Brainiac, you know, characters and their motivations and the things. And they do it once in a while. Okay, like the Dimension Lady and the one of the first Brainiac members we actually really get to defeat, who makes the other dimension. That works. That can work. That was probably a good utilization there. Seeing Jeremy come back and get his comeuppance. You know, Kresnik clearly had to be fleshed out. We never interact with Lambda that much, so that story kind of falls flat. You know, Oxt and Farmel get a lot of screen time for what they get, but not enough to really make them interesting any more than the game kind of already did. But then you got all the other Brainiac members who are barely in the fucking game. And I should mention Gon as well. Gon was done pretty well too, other than the goofy way he goes out. But the issue I go back to having is that the other Brainiac members barely even touched upon, which is a shame because they had neat designs and there could have been some cool ideas that could have been stretched out with them. They don't hold a candle to Judeca, Ptolemaea, Sienna, and Antinora from Wild Arms 2, and they weren't even written that well. But they were written better, far better than any of the Brainiac characters, including, I want to say, Lambda. Lambda's motivations just kind of seem rather random, and his behavior and his turning on dimes and stuff doesn't make a lot of sense. And though actions build up to this, the actions don't have enough weight to warrant the reaction that we got. I know that sounds weird and it sounds a little hard to explain in a way, and I'm not going to go rambling on about it. You guys get the general idea, I think. But ultimately, I think that damaged the story beyond much repair. The villains didn't have a lot going on for them. The main characters clearly had unfinished stories. And I do wonder, was this rushed? Was Mediavision rushing this game out? Was there some reason that they wanted to put this out there? And I think the backlash that they got from the fan base forced them to make a Wild Arms 5. You know, outside of .hack, there's not a lot of games that have like a whole bunch of releases on one console. I can look at my wall and tell you that there's 4 Wild Arms games that came out on PlayStation in a small period of time. Okay, Wild Arms 3, then Wild Arms 4 and Ultra Code F came out at about the same time, and then you had Wild Arms 5. I think Wild Arms 4 fell flat on its face in comparison to Wild Arms Ultra Code F. And then the complaints, you know, that were there went into Wild Arms 5. And they didn't fix it. They didn't fix things enough to really recover from this game. And I think that this was the beginning of the end for the Wild Arms series. Future Wild Arms games are not as good. They're not as memorable, but we'll always have, you know, the first 3 games to really be a huge world of fun. So not to dampen the mood after completing this game, but this is one of the few games that, and we also see Xseed putting out some other games at this time that killed franchises, such as Shadow Hearts from the New World came out around the same time as Wild Arms 4 and 5, and Xseed had put it out, and it pretty much killed that franchise. Dio killed it dead on arrival as well. So there's a lot of weird things that were going on at the back end of the life cycle of the PlayStation 2, where we were getting a bunch of stinker games. And a lot of great franchises were slowly just starting to fade out of existence. And I think it was from bad decision makings. They were trying to make themselves too different from Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. They were trying to break away from that. The merger of Enix was probably really intimidating to these other companies. And I think that that's what, you know, started the downfall of series like Grandio, Wild Arms, Shadow Hearts, the Shadow Heart series. Legaia kind of died on the vine after Legaia 2. And Legaia 2 isn't even that bad, but Fresh Games really published that? The fuck? But yeah, a lot of games, the Arc the Lad series ends in the PlayStation 2 era, I believe. So a lot of great JRPG series started making bad decisions and wanted to reinvent themselves, and that backfired really hard. And that's why I'm always been a proponent of do the tried and true method. Go back to the way you used to do things, and if you fail there, then you know it's a failed concept, because reinventing yourself and failing means you got to go back to the way you used to do it. And these companies never seem to, I think, get that memo. So it is what it is. But like I said, I'm glad we played through this to say not just that we did it, but we did it. And I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RTD, some more live gaming action. The people who made Wild Arms and the people who made the Shadow Hearts series are actually doing a Kickstarter on Kickstarter, and they're trying to create a new franchise that is is supposed to be the successor to Wild Arms, and they're also doing a Kickstarter, the same Kickstarter, to do a successor to the Shadow Hearts games. So I'm interested to see what they do, but I don't have a lot of confidence in them still, but I am keeping an eye on it. Because if they really go back to the way they used to do things, they actually could reinvent these 2 franchises and bring us back a lot of these really cool stories and series. But like I said, you can check that stuff out and see where it goes from there. But yeah. Anyway, I'm your host, the RPG Guy. Another game done. Thanks for stopping by, guys. And we'll see you guys next time.